Hello! Welcome to Critical Recap. I'm Dani Carr, and I'm here to catch you up on the latest episode of Critical Role. You can also catch up with the Critical Role podcast on Spotify, iTunes, and Google. Make sure to check out critroll.com for cool merch and information on events like Gen Con and more. Now, here's what happened on episode 69, The King's Cage. The party takes a short rest just outside the open hallway, during which Caleb identifies the magical whip, which he gives to Jester. While Jester and Nott reinvestigate the Hall of Mirrors, Nott asks Jester if she took her flask. Jester confesses, claiming to have taken it because she was worried about the level of Nott's drunkenness and how it impaired her. The two have a heart-to-heart as Nott explains how scared she is. Jester gives the flask back, and Nott promises she will try to drink less, though Jester is still disappointed. As they get ready to head down the hallway, Bo talks to Yasha, who wants answers, and asks to lead the way.
I'm tired of being in the middle. And not being able to do anything, so... if it's okay with you guys, I would like to... be in the front.
Lead the way,
yeah. I'd be proud to follow you.
We're right behind you.
The nine head down the hallway and past the chamber. 20 feet below sits a huge sarcophagus with chains wrapped around it. An unrefined mural depicts a violent image of the Crawling King, and they notice arcane sigils on the sarcophagus. As they examine the room, Oban enters. He calls the room the heart of the King's Cage, built by the Allhammer and the Moonweaver to trap Torog, and was instrumental in his banishment to the Far Realm. The room fell into the hands of his zealots and his undying chosen, who could not be slain. Celestials of the Moonweaver sealed this tomb at the cost of their own lives, trapping the Laughing Hand within. Oban asks what they know of him and why they followed him, and they tell him that they protect against the loss of life, but they likely wouldn't have followed if he hadn't taunted Yasha. Oban calls her the prize of the Angel of Irons, and drops his drow form, revealing himself as the demonic figure from Yasha's dreams.
Swaths of innocence, who questioned our holy journey, fell beneath our blades, your blade. Then you vanished, leaving us heartbroken. To see you again brings me such joy I have not the words.
He explains that his purpose is to follow the Angel of Irons and seek the dark abandoned children, and that this tomb holds one such lost child, the Laughing Hand, whom the Nine have helped him find. He flies down to the sarcophagus and begins reading Abyssal from a tablet. The Nine attempt to stop him, but the sigils glow, the chains are broken, and the Laughing Hand is freed. The massive, terrifying creature with a bladed arm leaves the sarcophagus and summons hellhounds. Its wounds turn into small mouths that begin laughing cacophonously, causing wisdom saves. The Nine focus their attacks on Oban, and Ford strikes the final blow. As Oban falls, he tells Yasha to avenge him.
You feel a burning, sharp pain in the back of your neck, right at the base of the skull. And this old, forgotten anger wells up within you.
Oban's body turns to mush, and the Nine begin fleeing. They make various attempts to bring Yasha with them, but she is unwilling and begins attacking them. Bo runs down the hallway to the door, where she realizes that removing the dagger will cause it to close. Caleb polymorphs himself into a giant ape, getting a very injured Clay out of harm's way. Yasha hits Jester's last mirror image, letting Jester run away, but Ford is grappled by the Laughing Hand. Yasha attacks him, but his relentless endurance keeps him alive.
I'll look at Yasha and go, why?
16 for the second hit.
Misses.
Thank God. I heard you.
She's still looking at you intently, a burning grin on her face, but she still says, almost disembodied, I heard you.
Caleb casts a wall of fire, separating Ford from the Laughing Hand and Yasha, and Bo sprints to him, managing to pull him out of the grapple. Caleb casts Enlarge on Bo as Yasha attacks her, and Bo manages to get through the still closing door. Jester tries to get Yasha through, but the door closes as Jester screams for her. The Mighty Nein re-barricade the second door and race across the chasm, and manage to fend off the Whispers, continuing their run back through all the rooms. They finally make it out and discuss how little they came away with, what they lost, and what they know of Yasha. They head to Bazazan to rest and to decide what to tell the Bright Queen. Clay thinks they need to go to the kiln in the mountains north of the Empire, as it is where he is being pushed. Meanwhile, Yasha is inundated by a flood of memories of Oban saving her in the wastes and forgiving her for running from her tribe. She recedes into herself and watches her friends run from her and feels like her body is not her own. Her body helps the Laughing Hand destroy the barriers and move through the tomb, recovering Oban's heart, which faintly beats.
Holding in your hand, you turn and follow your new lumbering friend.
Or at least the body does. Or is it you? You're scared.
That is it for episode 69 of Critical Role. But is that really it? I have some thoughts. Holy shit, y'all! Yasha! Oh, Mighty Nein. Anyway, catch episode 70 on Thursday, July 11th at 7 p.m. Pacific on twitch.tv/Critical Role or a week later on our podcast, and stay tuned to critroll.com for all the latest updates. Hey y'all! Thanks for watching this episode of Critical Recap. Make sure to like and subscribe and hit that little bell below to get notifications on all our uploads. Bye!